All right, folks, we're back to a little few technical difficulties. We'll just call this part 2. Jerry, you were speaking about, I think, the negative image that social media portrays, or even the overtly positive image it portrays that isn't reality at all. What we see on Instagram and Facebook, everyone happy with abs and women and cars and money on beaches, and it's absolute mythology, and it's very damaging to the average person who will never measure up to that because that's Photoshop. It's fake. It's not real.
Yeah, exactly correct, Owen. It's rampant, is what it is. It's everywhere. It's in our pockets. It's seconds away. It's rampant. I see a video recently on YouTube. It was quite good. Just a guy. It was aimed at females actually, because there just seems to be a bit more pressure, let's say that way, on young females, females of all ages. But he just spoke about genetics, about body shape, about if you're gone through pregnancy or not. And these things, although they're all real topics, they're all real life events, and they're real life, life. People are still drawn in by these, what we say, influencers or Photoshop experts or
gurus.
And they're just saying like that even genetics alone is a big part of it, where like this certain exhibit A has been born in great shape, blah blah blah, does a little bit of training, promotes a couple of products, and then the same person then is topping into their Ben and Jerry's 3 times a week.
Yeah, they never put up the picture of that.
And never put up the picture of that, exactly. And then Mary's at home struggling big time as it is, and then wondering like, I mean, how much pressure is that going to put on someone that like they're already possibly under a bit of pressure with their regime, their lifestyle, trying to get to this person, which probably isn't the goal anyway. They probably don't actually want to look like that person. It's just society's put the pressure on them. And on top of that, then like there's no explanation about genetics, about body shape, about whatever it is. Like, so there's for all the good, not to turn the episode into too much negativity.
Oh, there's plenty crack to come yet. Don't worry.
No, that's good. I'm looking forward to it. I think we have it, but it doesn't get me down. But it's an issue that the likes of myself and yourself and your other guys here on the videos will do our best to overcome and to avoid that. But it's very hard to control, and it seems I wonder, like, is it going to be there forever and not regulated or not improved? Like, so it's tough. I just thought of another little myth as well that I might throw out there for your viewers.
Go for it.
I think you mentioned it yourself. I think we're on the same wave back here. The topic is BCAAs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So BCA is actually, well, I suppose we're not right in saying they are a myth, but there's plenty of myth attached to them.
Yes.
So I would encourage my clients to keep onto their 20 or 30 quid, and maybe throw a lemon or a lime or a strawberry into their water rather than their BCAAs.
Yeah, so, I think a wise man once said that they're expensive piss.
Expensive water flavours.
Yeah,
they have
pretty
a
much.
A certain goal or a certain extreme client or whatever. They have a little place in the industry, but there's certainly a bit of a money racket attached to them.
Possibly, because look, BCAAs, for anyone that doesn't know, are branched chain amino acids, the building blocks of protein, right? So we harp on often enough about the importance of protein in the recovery process, for the training, for the satiation, for the low calorie options in terms of dieting and adhering to a deficit. But when you come across someone saying, no, but BCAAs are different to a chicken breast, to a steak, and I would say, how? Because the marketing, it's extra marketing with added endorsement, very important. And I'm like, I do enjoy the marketing, so I'll definitely pay €30 for protein powder, essentially just called a different name. And yes, there are some cases for different amino acids and their inclusion, such as leucine for protein synthesis. Not to get into a scientific discussion, but you're talking top end, the icing on the icing of the cake. And if you don't have the cake or the icing, what are you doing putting another coat of icing on nothing?
I'm spending your well-earned cash at the same thing too, yeah.
Sure, that, look, if you have a heavy wallet, like, and you want to just lighten the load, BCA's got your back.
Sign up for a session there, sure.
Yeah. All right, look, we'll move on again. So, the next question, yes. So, we'll take it down a bit more of a serious note now, because you were alluding to some of those facts earlier on. And take your time with your response to this now. There's no pressure, there's no panic.
Okie doke.
Jerry Lynch, why do you hate pizza?
Why do I hate pizza?
I saw a post recently that you put up on social media that said you only had your first pizza of 2017 this week.
Yeah, yes.
What's your beef with pizza?
It's very true. No, I don't have a thing with pizza or 4-star or Domino's or anything. Just to clear that there. No, I might as well tell you the word here. Yeah, I just completed a photo shoot myself.
I saw some of the pictures. You're looking well, my friend. Congrats.
And yeah, it was a lot of hard work and effort went into it. And yeah, geez, it's fact of life that my first pizza of 2017 was 4 or 5 days ago. And the reason why I didn't have pizza or didn't have much chocolate or alcohol or anything.
Blasphemy.
Yeah,
but you just stuck to Beamish.
Exactly. Yeah, that's not alcohol.
That's an institution of Cork greatness.
It's better for you to be serious as well, actually.
Yeah, extra leucine, yeah.
Absolutely. No, but it's just a personal thing. Diet since January was pretty strict. It certainly is a personal thing. If any clients and stuff, it's all about leeway. It's all about relative to their own lifestyle. Blah blah blah. But as you say, coming back to a serious point, yeah, it's completely true. I didn't have a pizza or alcohol or anything for the bones of 4 months. And it was a completely personal thing in terms of reaching the goal and reaching the definition and condition and all that I wanted to reach. It's a personal thing for me that I needed that strict. Mm-hmm. I'm not good with leeway and freedom. It just overlaps and it overlaps too much. I've tried it before, and it just didn't suit me. But as coming back to the idea there, where what makes good coaching, that if you or me are giving up the strict diet for 12 weeks with no changes, blah blah blah, initially or straight away or whatever, without trying it out or without trying an easier route or different options, blah blah blah, mm-hmm. Just counting your calories, fitness pal, all that. There's 101 ways to do it. Mm-hmm. And I think that is the difference. It's plenty coaches are just handing out the diet. There's no questions asked. You do it or you don't. You get your goals or you're not. It's very linear. It's not very appropriate. It's not very realistic. Yeah. And as I said, you're a prime example of it yourself. You have a couple of beers, keep the social life, kicking off.
But like you said it's literally 1 or 2, and that's it. Then
But Jesus, in that time, I sound like an awful hermit now, but I was out once or twice. Didn't have any beer or anything, and 1 or 2 would have made the world of difference. Really. Again, I didn't have them because it was a personal thing. I'm kind of all or nothing with any goal, business, fitness, whatever. It just suits me better. If I give myself the freedom, I take advantage of it. Take advantage of it too much, I'm in trouble. I'm not going to reach my goals. Yeah. So I go on the other route. It suits me better. It's a completely personal thing. Yeah. But yeah, the 1 or 2 will help, of course, do it because you're I don't know, it's an Irish thing or a Munster thing or a Cork thing or just a human thing. But you need to be included, So those 1 or 2 nights I was just out and I ended up minding people's coats and taking it all in. And it was
I hope you were charging for that service.
Yeah, absolutely. Entrepreneurs, straight.
Good man. Never switch off.
Yeah. But so it was interesting just to see that even the 1 or 2 would have made a huge difference. It comes back into willpower and stuff. It's not for the 1 or 2 or whatever, but that's where that's another conversation. But so strict dieting, that's the way I did it. It's 110% not for everyone. And I would imagine that sort of a more flexible approach is much more appropriate and realistic for people, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I had my first pizza of 2017 and it went down quite well.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it nice?
It was nice. It was good. Stomach, I wasn't used to the indulgence, but no,
it's a good man.
My first donut in 2017 as well.
Oh, I hope you made it the Huckleberries.
Correct, yeah. Yep. A
They're good,
So
yeah.
I think a few first timers of 2017 all in the one night there recently. So yeah, it was good.
Good man. Look, I think it's funny, right? If it fits your macros crew go on and on about eating all this shit and counting your calories and making sure you're sound, and they have some there are some qualities to that are useful. The strict approach in terms of having your meals set up so that you don't leeway, you are accounting for future Jerry, that something doesn't happen. And it's funny, right? You'd look at the two people, how they start, and they probably end the same. I find that I'd follow if it fits your macros or just a bit more flexibility. But when I'm coming up to a shoot, if you looked at my food, it's as clean as a whistle. Because when I'm on low calories, I can't fit that stuff in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's just I came to it from a different place, and that's the same. I know sometimes when people start, they're in front of me because they can't do the leeway approach. If they could, they wouldn't be in front of me.
Absolutely. Listen, if I could drive on and just, you're a prime example yourself, include this here and dinner here and bits and pieces, and of course I'd go for that. Jesus, nobody wants to be restricted, in the way I was restricted for the last few months. But it's a personal thing. I wouldn't talk a client out of it because it works, but I'd certainly make them aware that it's certainly not the only option. If you want to, Jesus, life is there to be lived. What's a photo shoot at the end of the day? It's fairly materialistic.
It's an expensive Instagram photo.
Exactly. Yeah. In the bigger scheme of things, like it's nothing major. It was a personal goal for me. I did one. This is my second. I did one a year and a half ago. So just to see how progress was going. Blah blah blah. That's a different day story. But it's just one. What people need, I suppose, to take from this question or these answers is that it's one approach, and the more important message is that it's not the only one.
Yeah, the principles are the same. Calorie deficit that works for you over time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where we come in to figure out how to best fit that into a client's lifestyle, behavioral makeup, and the influencers in their life. How do they contribute? If you had a girlfriend that was a mad drinker and liked going out every weekend, how are you going to work in, being around her while sticking to your dieting structure? Or the other way around, if you were a mad drinker and she wanted to be clean as a whistle, how would we all? And that's where we come in. And as you said earlier on, we're psychologists, we're friends, we're sociologists, we're everything. So it can be very tough. Yeah. So look, tell me, Jerry, now, last question before I leave you go. What is the most important thing Jerry Lynch learned thus far in 2017?
Oh, another excellent question. You could have a career change here.
Don't worry, I robbed all these questions from other podcasts.
Very honest. What a very good question. 2017, where are we? May, 5 months. I think I'll give my answer, and it's something that I should have known from day one. I think subconsciously I did know. Every coach is going to know. My answer is basically around goals and clients' goals. And what I'm going to say about goals is that they don't have to be. Again, I suppose I'm kind of passionate about the social media aspect of it, or even the negative side to social media. I'm passionate about trying to overcome that. So coming back to goals is that, goals do not have to be photo shoots, abs, muscle, tan, hundreds of pounds lost. They could have nothing at all to do with weight loss. They can be anything at all. If you want to get active, if you just want to move, if you just want a release, if you just want to change the scenery, whatever it is, the goals belong to the client. They're individual. They belong to you if you come up with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there is increasing pressure to do photo shoots. Are all the rage. They're nearly all the rage as quick as donuts kicked off here in Cork. So I don't know the story. But Jesus, the fake tan lads and the photographers must be cleaning up there. Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Now, so just, I suppose my message here to the viewers and to answer your question is that set realistic goals, and don't for 1 second be intimidated or kind of thrown off suggesting a goal. Like, what a great goal for a guy to come in or a girl to come in and say, will you throw me down for 3 half hours a week? I don't mind really I don't necessarily mind what the scales say at the end, or I don't think I'll take photographs. I'm not too, the clothes are fitting relatively okay, but I'm just a bit sluggish. My mind's not there in work, and I think a bit of activity will really help. What a fantastic goal to have, you know what I mean? That's
brilliant.
That's the client that I want to work with, you know what I mean? We can do so much for them, like, and there won't be there may not be progress pics or whatever the rest of goes on. So that's what I've learned. I've learned that that type of goal is just as important and just as worthwhile as any sort of physical change or anything else. As I say, I don't. Somebody might be looking and saying, Jesus, he's a grand coach. He didn't even realise that much. But of course, I did from day one. But in terms of
man, that's good. That's good stuff, man. That's very good stuff.
Just in terms of what sprung to mind, let's say, in the last few months is that people live busy lives, they live stressful lives, and like they don't need to book a shoot or go on stage to achieve something. You can achieve anything, like, you know what I mean. And a goal can be as little as an hour and a half a week, just moving steel or iron and moving weights.
Yeah.
And anything up to a photo shoot or anything. But as I said, the takeaway message, not to be ranting on, is that make them personal, make those goals personal. Even chat at home, chat to the wife, husband, brother, sister, whoever you like talking to, whoever knows you, and then contact a coach and get in touch and get it done.
And on that, where do people find you, Jerry Lynch, if they want to find you online?
I'm at JLynchPT, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and even I can shoot you some contact details there on if you want to pop them up.
Yeah, I'll put them in the comments or in the little
West End
box thing.
Colleague.
Yeah, brilliant. So, Jerry, that was excellent, very informative, bit of crack as well, but just some good points. I think everyone, whatever your level, could take home from that. So, thank you very much, sir, and I wish you the very best of luck in your new venture, and I'm looking forward to coming out and seeing the place.
Man. Thank you. Keep doing the good work, man.
I'll try.
I'll fear you, man. I'll talk to you soon, brother.
Thank you, sir.